Welcome back. This is Aaron Parrish with Triad Financial Advisors. In this video, we're going to be talking about spousal benefits, filing and suspending, as well as survivor benefits. Spousal benefits are entirely separate from your own retirement benefit. So a spousal benefit could be as much as one half of your husband or wife's full retirement age benefit, assuming you start your benefit at full retirement age. So the example is John, his PIA is primary insurance amount. That just stands for what he would receive at full retirement age. So his full retirement benefit is $2,000 per month. Jane's full retirement age benefit is $800 per month. If they're both 66 right now, John could file for his benefit, and Jane could then file for the spousal benefit, which would be one half of John's benefit, or $1,000, and she could receive that starting at age 66. And since she has not touched her own benefit, if she's filing for the spousal benefit now, once she gets to age 70, she could drop the spousal benefit and then pick up her own benefit, which has been growing at 8% interest each year. So at that point, her benefit would have grown to $1,056. So not a huge difference in this example, but in real life, this could be a substantial amount and greatly increase the amount that Jane receives from Social Security income. A few things to be aware of. As I mentioned, for Jane to receive the spousal benefit, John needs to have filed for his benefit. So the issue becomes, what if John doesn't want to file for his benefit now? What if he wants to allow his benefit to continue to grow and earn that 8% interest each year? Well, what he could do is file for his benefit and immediately suspend it. This is a strategy known as file and suspend, very common. This is one of the things that's changing. So currently, John could file for his benefit and immediately suspend it, and that will open the door for Jane to take the spousal benefit. At her full retirement age, John is not receiving his, so it's going to continue to earn that 8% interest until he turns that on at a later date. Another thing to be aware of with spousal benefits is Jane can take her benefit sooner than full retirement age, that spousal benefit sooner. The problem is Social Security will not give you an option at that time period to choose just the spousal benefit or your own benefit. If you file before full retirement age, they're going to give you the higher of the two, and at that point you're typically stuck with that benefit. You won't be allowed to change it at a later date. But if you wait until full retirement age, you have the flexibility to choose one and delay the other option. If Jane were to file for the spousal benefit as early as age 62, she could receive 35% of John's full retirement benefit, and it would be somewhere between 35 and 50% if she filed between 62 and 66. As I mentioned, the primary worker, or the person whose work record we're talking about here, has to have filed for their benefits. You can't start these benefits any sooner than 62. And there are no delayed credits on the spousal benefit after 66. 50% is the max you will receive. You won't receive any 8% credits on that benefit past 66. If you are divorced, you can still qualify for spousal benefits as long as your marriage was at least 10 years. If it's based on your ex-spouse, you can't be married. And your ex-spouse will need to be at least age 62. So if they're significantly younger than you, this may not be an option for you, or may not be the best option. If you have more than one ex-spouse that meet that qualification, you can actually choose the higher of the two spouses or ex-spouses to base that benefit off of. This does not affect your ex-spouse's benefit at all, so this is not a way to claim revenge, just a way to try to boost the amount of income you receive from Social Security. The survivor benefit was not affected by the rule change last year. That only affected the file and suspend strategy and the spousal benefits. The survivor benefit is going to be based on two things. First off, the age at which the deceased spouse originally claimed their benefit. We're going to call this the original benefit. And then the age at which the surviving spouse is going to claim their benefit. That's going to be the actual benefit. So if the deceased spouse claimed their benefit early or before full retirement age, it's going to be a reduced amount. So if they claimed at 62, they would have received 75% of their full retirement benefit. Now, fortunately, the survivor benefit has a limit or a floor on it where it will never be less than 82.5% of the deceased spouse's full retirement benefit. So the original benefit can't be less than that. If the deceased spouse claimed after full retirement age, the survivor's benefit is going to include those delayed credits, which are that 8% interest that they earn each year. So if we go a little bit further down, you'll see what this looks like. With the widow or surviving spouse claims before full retirement age, they can claim as early as age 60, but they'll receive a reduced benefit. So if you claim before full retirement age, that benefit could be as low as 71.5% of the original benefit or the full retirement age benefit in this example. So at age 60, you get 71.5%. If they claim at full retirement age, or 66 in this example, they could receive the full original benefit. If they claim at their full retirement age or later, they're going to receive that full 100% original benefit. There won't be any 8% interest increases after 66, but as long as they wait until 66, they'll receive the full amount. This benefit has a little bit more flexibility than the spousal benefit. So if you wanted to start your survivor benefit as early as age 60, Social Security is not going to require you to take the higher of the survivor benefit or your own benefit. So you could start the survivor at 60, and you could delay yours all the way until age 70 and drop the survivor benefit at that point and pick up your higher retirement benefit at age 70. Let's go through a few examples, and this will hopefully make a lot more sense. If your spouse passes away while both are receiving benefits, it's a very simple calculation. Joe and Julie are married, both are over full retirement age. Joe's benefit is $2,000 per month, Julie's benefit is $1,200. If Joe passes away, Julie's going to stop receiving her $1,200 a month benefit and receive the higher benefit, which will be Joe's $2,000 per month benefit. If someone filed before full retirement age, it gets a little bit more complicated. Same example, Joe and Julie. If Joe filed early at age 62, he's going to receive 75% of his $2,000 per month benefit, or $1,500 per month. If Joe passes away, Julie has some options. If she claims her benefit at 66 or later, she's going to receive 82.5% of Joe's $2,000 per month benefit. That was his original full retirement age benefit. This would be $1,650. So it's going to be that floor because that 82.5% is higher than the 75% that Joe took. If Julie claims her survivor benefit early, she could claim as early as age 60, she would receive 71.5% of Joe's original $2,000 per month benefit. And if Joe were to have delayed his benefit all the way until age 70, he would receive 132% of his $2,000 per month benefit, which would be $2,640. If Joe passes away, Julie can claim her benefit early at age 60, and it would be 71.5% of the higher amount, that $2,640 amount, or she could wait until 66 or later and receive that full $2,640. A few things to be aware of. For the survivor benefit to be available, you need to have been married at least 9 months, except in the case of an accident. Obviously, you have to be at least age 60. You can't start it sooner than that unless you've been disabled. And if you remarry before age 60, then you're going to lose the survivor benefit and you're going to have the spousal benefit based on your current spouse. And if you were divorced and your ex-spouse passes away, as long as you meet that 10-year criteria, that spousal benefit will now become a survivor benefit. So we've covered the basics of filing and suspending, the spousal benefits, as well as survivor benefits. If you want to learn more about the changes that occurred late last year to filing and suspending, as well as spousal benefits, click on the next video. Once again, this is Aaron Parrish with Triad Financial Advisors. Thanks for watching.